with them.
Yeah.
So through our conversations today and a year ago now, you were very generous with Nancy and I in terms of sharing your knowledge. What is your hope from this education project? What's your hope for teachers and kids for them to think ahead to that future? So what is your hope? So I always think about the whole, like, why bother? How is this, what is your hope through this process, this inquiry project that you've been part of?
I think there's a lot of opportunity, right? So it's all about opportunity. Because there's not only going to be just the mines that we have here, there's more that are coming along. And we have, KDM, and we also have Potash Corp. We have another potash mine, and there's another one that's starting over in the Muskogum area, another mine in that area. Down towards Southie, there's another mining company that's also in the process of working in that area. And I think there was others that actually came in and talked to us. So, and it's going to be, it's going to be, I guess, it's going to be good for our people, and it's going to be good for all our young people as well, because it'll give them that opportunity to move to work in these various sectors, across and things like that. So opportunities will be there, and hopefully I think it'll be really good for our young people to really get educated in this, in this potash and what it's all about. And I didn't know anything about potash when I first seen it, when I first actually went down into a mine and checked this out. And what is potash? What is it? What does it do? And things like that. We didn't know anything about it. And so when we did see what potash is and what it was for, we had opportunities ourselves as a First Nation. There was even companies that were coming from like India. They came down and they come and sat with us. But when they want to buy 25 years of potash, they want to buy 25. How much money is that going to actually add up to? They were asking us, because we had access already to this potash mine over here that we were partnered with. So partnership and everything like that will be a big important part of this, of what's going on and things like that here. And we never ever had that opportunity. We never had that opportunity to do that. I think it was just only in probably 1970s we had our First Nation person actually working in a potash mine. Mm-hmm. So it took that long for, for a First Nations to actually get access to working in a potash mine. It's just where our people should have had that opportunity right away from the start. But they never even looked at us once, Now we've got every company that is around here in Saskatchewan, we've got First Nation input. There's a person working in every potash mine and company here. First Nations are getting that opportunity now, which is, amazing to see that we're also getting that ability to do the things that, that could help us out in the future, right?
That's awesome.
And you think about all of the economic input, the financial input into communities that mining can bring, right?
Yeah.
When they're doing it in a good way.
Yeah.
When they're doing the consultation and they're taking care of the earth.
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what else do we need to Sanford to talk
That's
about?
just, as you were talking, it's like that's what
the
you just
intent,
said. That's just like that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
the intent.
oh my gosh, just
So is there anything else that
so
you
knowledgeable.
that you can think of that has to do with your thinking of mining or your thinking of the land that teachers, like some teacher that's never worked with an elder or never worked with any First Nations knowledge, anything that you think that they should know about? Anything else that you can think of? Like
I think looking back to where my grandfather was actually a council member on the First Nation, and one of my grandparents, my mushum, one of my grandfathers was a chief back in the day, and they were really, really strict at things that was going on within the First Nation, and they didn't allow a lot of stuff to happen, and it's only now, within 40, 50 years, we're starting to lighten up a little bit more to try to see if we can really get things going within our First Nations and within our people. So we've kind of more or less lighten the load of, accessing opportunities for our young people.
So do you believe that then the leadership right now in the First Nations and people like yourself, leadership of the knowledge building and things like that, is that kind of your act of reconciliation, is trying to move forward with educating your people and opportunities for your people? Like, what do you think?
I think it would be a really big opportunity, as part of reconciliation too, because there's a lot of things that our people have basically kept into themselves and things like that, and they never want to share anything. They never want to share anything. So while we're in the process of sharing with one another and trying to build better communities, better working together with people and things like that, a lot of our people didn't really do those kind of things. So now we get this opportunity to work with one another again, to build a better relationship amongst one another. It was a little bit tough back in the days when I was in school, for me to attend school and things like that, because it was hard, right? The only good education, basically, if you had to move off the reserve and into either urban center or town and things like that to go to attend school there. But it was tough. There was a lot of racism back in those days. And now today, we got a lot of our children and lots of friendships and things like that. And I see that happening now today. Like we're really, really bettering things for our younger people now today. So I think this is all gonna, it's really gonna be good for our kids, our young people. And then of course, we're gonna be sharing a lot of this information as we're doing today, right? Probably about 40 years ago, I probably would have never wanted to sit down with any white person and share anything, and things like that, because my grandparents, and they were very strict about what we shared and things like that. They didn't want anything like that to happen, but later on in years, as my grandparents got older, they said that there's things that there's people out there that you're gonna start, you're gonna have to share some of these things with them and things like that. So always listen to what we have to say, because you're gonna have to say those things years down the road. And that's all a part of that sharing. And now today, look at us now here and across the school systems that we have here. We come in and we share a lot of, our cultural knowledge, and that's all a part of that reconciliation. Reconciliation is that we're being recognized as who we are, and of course what we do, and how we, how we've survived for thousands of years on this land and things like that. And we come in and show you who we are as a people. Not being, whereas a long time ago, recognized as an Indian person, a drunk Indian, and no good for nothing, didn't even have they were savages and things like that. We've come a long way from back in those days to be recognized today.